Argan tree, agroplants.org, also known as Argania spinosa plant. So this tree, it's perennial evergreen. It's used as ornamental plant, medical, and the nuts used for oil. It can be for beauty or it's also edible. The tree is drought tolerant plant and can grow in variety of climate. If you would like to grow it, there is a link below, link in the right top side, and if you purchase it, this is donation for this channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe. This plant can grow in variety of climates, desert, Mediterranean or subtropical climate, from hardiness zone of 10 to 12A and possible also 12B, and with the right care in hardiness zone of 9. I don't have experience with hardiness zone of 9, but hardiness zone of 10 grow well. The leaves of the Argan tree, green in a spoon shape to elliptic shape. Flowers color are yellow in a ball shape, fruit in oval shape, and the color green, but when it's dry it's become brown, yellowish brown. The inside of the fruits, it's a nutshell. A nutshell, inside of this there is nuts, of course, and they are in almond shape. Each nutshell contains between 2 to 3 nutshell in the shape of almond. This is the shape. Now, the nuts itself used for oil after dried. It can be consumed by goats or by machine, and take at least 1 year from flowers to fruit. I mean, at least it can be 1 year and 2 months. In order to grow it, you need drained soil. You need to start by plant seeds or just cutting. It's not must to start by cuttings, but it probably will bear fruit much faster. I don't know how much experience theoretically it can happen, but in real life it's really hard to create to start by cuttings. Difficulties when you grow it is the thorns are vicious, and there are a lot of this. Planting season, so spring in hardiness zone of 9, spring to summer in hardiness zone of 10A, spring to autumn in hardiness zone of 10B, and all the year in hardiness zone from 11 to 12. When you plant it, you need to dig bigger hole to check that the drainage also in the bottom is good enough, because if not might cause root rotten problems, and it's something that you don't want. Pruning season will be in the autumn to the winter. It's possible to prune it all the year. The major problem, I would highly recommend actually to prune it in the spring or the summer in a place that you don't have nuts. If you have flowers or let's say some nuts that start to grow fruits, better not to touch it. So usually people don't really prune it. How to prune? So generally just for design, but not just for the beauty, also for harvesting, or usually collecting the nuts from the soil. If you don't, let's say, prune in the down below the lower part of the tree, you might have a problem when you try to harvest, that it's, there is thorns and you want to approach to the tree, you just don't have the access. So when you don't have the access, you cannot really harvest, and you will have fruits and you will say, oh, I have flowers for next year and I cannot really harvest it. And just prevent it when the tree is young. Just design it in an order that you can easily harvest or actually collect from the soil. The size of the tree will be from 3 to 8 meters, so it's mean 10 to 24 feet. When you grow it, the speed will be slowly, and in amazing condition will be medium when the tree is much older. Water requirement will be small to average amount of water. Prefer small amount of water, and if you put average amount of water, be aware that important to grow it in good drainage. And don't forget, the tree is drought tolerant. Also, when you grow it, you need full sun, and when you grow it in a container, it needs to be at least 100 liters, so it's mean 25 gallons something like this, or 20 gallons. This is a minimum, but won't be enough, and you need bigger than this in order to get some fruits and nuts. You can also design it, and better to design it as a shrub. It's much better, or a bonsai. When you when you grow it in a container, it's not really react well to overwater, so be aware that you need to use like a potting mix with some sandy soil, and the drainage, it's really important, especially when you grow it in the containers. So if you have a problem, you see that after a few years the soil lose viability, and it's not really possible anymore to switch parts of the soil, make a lot of holes in the container, especially in the winters if you have a lot of rains or you have a lot of summer rains. It's important to know that you need to have a good drainage, and it's something really not just to consider, it's something to act on it fast, because you don't want that the tree will die. Blooming season will be in the spring, and the flowers are yellow in a ball shape. The nuts itself, it's in the summer harvest season. It's here after the flowers a little bit more, and you can use it for cooked the nuts oil, medical, or just to add it to a sweet paste or something like this, and create like to add it with the honey, they say. I never tried to eat it, it's really too much expensive. You actually add it with honey or sugar, syrup, and you mix it together, and it's create like something like this. It's supposed to be very good. In order to get fruits, it take like 10 to 15 years. I think it will be mostly 15 to 20 years. And if you want to grow it by seeds, so this is for more information, read in growplants.org. Be aware that you use fruits that already ripen. Wait even better that you just collect them from the floor, clean the fruit from and the nutshell, and better to crack the nutshell. Gently remove the nutshell without to harm the nuts. Seeds should be kept inside the nutshell until you want to sow it. Sowing season, the best will be in the spring to the summer. Plant it in well-drained soil. Better to plant it in separate pots, or if you plant it next to each other, 25 on 25 centimeters, so it's been 10 on 10 inches. The depth of the sowing will be 10 millimeters, so it means that part of the seeds will be exposed to the sun. So just expose. Condition for seeds, it's full sun, and when you water it, let it dry between watering. Well ventilated soil, it's important for the plant, and require average amount of water to small amount of water. Usually it's take for fresh seeds to germinate between 2 to 10 weeks if you crack the nutshell. If not, it's take much longer, because the nutshell actually prevent it to germinate. Remember, do not overwater, and this is not very hard to grow, you just need a lot of patience and a good drainage. That's all from growplants.org. Don't forget to subscribe, visit our website, and of course, if you have any question, just ask. You have here links about more videos, some lists, subscribe, and of course purchase a plant, and this is donation for our channel. I hope you enjoy, and come visit us again.